Hello everyone, I am Will, and today I'll be starting a playthrough of Code Vein 2. Oh yeah, I've been looking forward to this one for a while. Yeah, I did play the first one. I did enjoy it. You know, anime Dark Souls, what can you go wrong? But it was a good one. I did enjoy the first one, like I already said that, but yeah. So I have been looking forward to this since it was announced. I was like, ooh, because I really did enjoy Code Vein. Code Vein, it did offer some interesting ideas, but yeah. And I'm actually recording this 4 days before its international release. Yeah, on January 26th. Yep. Because the version I got allows me to play it now, so I'm gonna play it now. Although I probably won't release this until probably the day it comes out, just to avoid any issues. But yep. So I did play a little bit already, maybe about like an hour or so. I didn't get very far. I basically just started it up. Yep, so I did adjust some settings, some sound settings. Hopefully it's not too crazy, but just already get to this. Yes, I already did my character. See, I already started here. Start a new game. This is good. Jump right in. Let's go. Yeah, so I already created my character with the character creator they released the other day.
Long ago, the world was racked by a great disaster known as the Resurgence. The Resurgence corrupts everything it touches. In the blink of an eye, the world changed. The vast majority of humans and animals are transformed into vicious horrors. It was not long before human society fell apart. In their place, rising from the shadows of history, were the Revenants. Idris, the most revered and honored of all Revenants, sought out and found a way to seal the Resurgence. Yet that victory, such as it was short-lived. As time passed, the seal gradually weakened, as all things must, and it neared a fatal failure. 100 years ago, a great battle was waged. Revenants fought desperately in an attempt to restore the strength of the seal. Many brave Revenants, in fact the very bravest, met their end in this battle, which we now call the Upheaval. The heroes of that conflict managed to reseal the Resurgence in a great, moon-like shell that hangs in the sky. Today we honor them and their memory as heroes for their noble sacrifice. Even now, Calamity itself is held at bay by the mighty seal of the Luna Rapaces, which devours the life force of those heroes. And now, "100 years have come and gone since the Battle of the Upheaval. And one day, when those heroes' strength is spent, this world will..."
Lou, it's time.
Hello there. Can you hear me? It's all right. Don't worry. There's no need to rush, okay? So, do you think you can remember what you looked like?
Yeah, I kind of forgot that it jumped right into a cutscene. Yep. But yeah, again, I already did my character creator the other day when they released it. Yeah, I don't go crazy with my character. Nope. There she is. Claire. Yep. I mean, I could try and recreate my original character I used in Code Vein 1, but I didn't feel like sitting down and actually doing it, but... Yep. Yes. So here we go. Yeah, I was, Oop. Gotta go Claire. And, well, before here, yeah, during the cutscene, I've been trying to place the timeline of the first game, and I believe it's the Resurgence. I think when the Revenants became, or the, I forget what they called the thing, but it's when humans and objects turn into horrid monsters. I believe that's the Resurgence. I think that's the events of Code Vein 1. And I'm probably wrong, but that's what I think it is anyway. I'm just trying to remember the story of the first game. I believe it's the Resurgence. If not, it's the Upheaval. But so we'll see. I think we should be able to find out. I hope they did it right, because sequels can mess with the stories, and sometimes you don't want that to happen. But anyway, all right. Here's our character. Let's go. Code Vein 2.
It's a pleasure to make your acquaintance at last. All right, then. I need you to wake up now. Ah, you've come too. As I feared, the memories may still take some time to return. Forgive me, I certainly didn't mean to startle you. My name is Lou Magmell. I am a revenant. Bear with me, for this may come as a shock. You have died once already. This is where I used a ritual to resurrect you. I gave half of my heart in order to restore yours. As a consequence, we now share the same heart, you and I. We are two lives intertwined as one. You seem well, all things considered. I'm glad. Do you think you can stand? There is someone that I'd very much like for you to meet. I know it's all new, but it's okay. You can trust me.
Here we go. Oh, there was something I was gonna... I forgot. I was gonna say something, but I forgot. Oh well.
I shall guide you. Please follow me.
Yeah, and the skip dialogue and the interact buttons are the same buttons, so I may every now and then skip a line of dialogue.
How do you feel? Don't hesitate to tell me if you don't feel well.
Oh yeah, and the one thing I noticed is there's... I don't know if it's the system or it's just the visuals, but it looks to stutter every now and then.
This area was constructed underground. Let's take the elevator to the surface.
Yeah, so you might notice every now and then like a stutter, or it might seem like it's slowing down, but my frame rate still says it's 60, but... Anyway, yep. And another thing I noticed is the character designs, they all have that... Almost like that One Piece type neckline. Like in the anime, they all have like really thin, long necks. That's what it reminds me of. But
Our destination is the tower on the hill. Until a century ago, Magmell was a research institute dedicated to the investigation of Forme. By Forme, I refer to the unique abilities of revenants, conventionally known as enchantments, curses, and the like.
yeah, that way you need to pick up the stuff. And from what I can tell, it is an open world action game. Yep. And the character, when they released the character creator, it allowed us to basically, it allowed us to check the codex for the most part. And it did mention a motorcycle somewhere, and I saw that, I was like, it's gonna be open world. Yep. And here's the map. Yep. It's open world. Which is okay. I mean, it's fine. But once I saw the motorcycle in that codex, I was like, yep. And I think it's this right here, yep. Here's the quest log, yep. Yep. There's the database. Yep. Yeah, I did the hour or so I played beforehand. I kind of just went through and read all this stuff. So some of these early stuff I probably won't read, but I probably will stop every now and then to read this stuff. I have a feeling this playthrough is going to take forever. Yep. And although we're in the menu here, the game's still running in the background. It's not paused. There's no pausing that I'm aware of. Yep. Eventually feared as enchantments or curses. Base for efforts to preserve human society. Underground residential sector is home to countless refugees. Up till a century ago, it operated as a research institute dedicated to the investigation of Forme. Yep. And here's us, a revenant hunter. Which so far I gather, a revenant hunter is still a human. Yeah, they're not an actual revenant. Like in the first Code Vein, your character was a revenant, but in this game, I think you're human-ish. I say ish because there's something called a jail in the game, which allows you to trap revenants, and I think it allows you to harness their power. So we may not be entirely human, but we're mostly human. Yeah, explode, lost half their hearts in wounds, sustained while protecting local horrors. Rescued by Magmell and brought back to life when given half of Lou's heart. Yeah. Generally, Serpia blood. Proclaimed a great hero for once successfully sealing away the resurgence. Blah. Yeah, she assimilated with Claire, fusing her heart to theirs to bring them back to life. She's the sole wielder of time travel forma, and is therefore capable of traversing time itself. Personally, if you ever come across the option of time travel, don't. Just don't. It's a real pain and it's a real headache, and you could cause bad things. Various paradoxes involved, and but with no memories of the past, the only history she knows is what she has read in the records. Mysterious mutagenic phenomenon that once ravaged the world, corrupted everything in the affected areas, but both living or otherwise, warping them into grotesque abominations. The beings transformed by the resurgence are called horrors and pose threats to survival of humanity and revenant kind alike. Immortal beings with lifespans that stretch across centuries who are capable of wielding special powers known as Forme. Depend on human blood for sustenance, have long lurked in the shadows throughout human mankind's history, basically vampires. They claim their place as the world's rulers following the fall of human civilization in the wake of the resurgence. And that's why I think the events of Code Vein 1 either deal with the resurgence itself or just afterwards. So I think Code Vein 1 is that little event. Massive moon-like bodies shielding away the resurgence which appeared after the upheaval. It's like corrodes both the minds and bodies of revenants, forcing them to wear specialized equipment in order to survive undisturbed above ground. Revenants who took part in the upheaval, resealing the resurgence that have remained dormant in cocoons throughout the frontier ever since. Unique abilities of revenants, conventionally feared enchanted curses. This is your echoes, or haze is your souls or runes, whatever you want to call them. Yep. Sprayed out when Revenant Horror meets their demise. Incorporates haze into a Revenant or Hunter's body, enhances their abilities. Because it is dangerous to obtain, has come to be used as a form of currency. And applied by Idris. Protection was not permanent, however, it reached its breaking point 100 years ago and required a resealing. A battle fought against the resurgence 100 years ago. Prominent revenants led by the Voda house sacrificed themselves, sealed it away once more. These remnants were hailed as heroes and remain dormant in their cocoons to this very day. Yeah, so that's probably... I'll read these as they come up, but... Not reading these because it's all like technical tutorial stuff, yeah. Controls, purchase stuff. Ooh, hold triangle for charge attack, okay. I didn't realize there was a charge attack. Here's the quest, the map. The jail is basically your revenant power, or I don't know. I don't know what you want to call it, but not quite sure how did these come about. They're overburdens. Yep. Increase the power of close range attacks, but there is a penalty, so there's various trade-offs you can achieve, which is interesting. You know, it's kind of like a risk-reward type gameplay. Absorb more Ichor from draining. Get hits cause Ichor to decrease. Higher penalty level, the more Ichor lost. Maximum health, maximum Ichor. Ichor is what we use to use abilities and such. Yep. During combat, you suffer constant damage while you don't have a buff originating from form on you. Alright, so you have to be buffed all the time, otherwise you take steadily health damage. Increases the attack power of Forma. Decreases temporarily whenever a Forma fails to achieve. Activate because of sufficient Ichor. Recovered by regeneration. The value of mobility is reduced. Okay. Recover stamina when you evade an enemy's attack via the invincibility from evading. So you basically get stamina back when you dodge. Yep. You suffer inhibition status in elements. Okay. And these are weapons and accessories. Okay. Yeah. I'll probably read those as they come up, but if I remember them anyway. Jump, sprint, dodge, weapon.
These two were once revenants, turned to stone by a Forma. A century ago, one came to raid Magmell Island. The other is a revenant who tried to thwart him. Their duel ended in lethal blows, a moment that now stands forever frozen. In any case, come along. We should be going. There's someone expecting you at the top of the tower.
There's also all this. Here's the weapons. Yep. Change your weapon. A lot of stats. Probably won't go over all this, but you got your help menu, which is nice. Yep. Level, your haze you got, HP, stamina, Ichor, yep, stats. Affects heavy weapons, light weapons, duration, power and duration of magic, attack power of magic, affects your HP, affects your stamina. Alright. Pretty straightforward. So this is the burden. Okay. The total burden of your equipment exceeds your attributes, you will suffer overburden effects. Increases the power of range attacks. Additional damage consumed whenever one of your attacks misses. Higher depending level. Higher. Burden also determine your dodge effectiveness. Okay. So this is the burden. So if we lower our vitality, we have to get a... okay. I'll have to... Unless the... If we fill up the bars, do we become burning then, or is it at that halfway point? I don't know. Damage dealt, bleed applied to enemies. The jail is your drain attack, whatever. Yep. Being disrupted when hitting by an enemy. This is your poise, basically. Here are your resistances. It's a percentage reduction, I believe. Here are your resistance to various status effects. Disease, I believe, is like poison. Yep, venom, toxic venom, stun, resurgence. Stun? Okay. Wound is acid, stone, bind, stall. I have to check what those are. Leak, fatal leak. Inhibit, dissonant, eclipse. Okay. Slow, lunar, rapacia, and sun blights. Okay. Alright, I have to check it out. Yep. And these are dodge effectiveness. Your dodge will be quick step. If 2 or more attributes are overburdened, the dodge will be heavy roll. Okay. Alright, so I believe our vitality is overburdened, so that's why we're mid-roll or standard roll. Okay. So so your burdens are definitely important. Okay. Available in current form of builds. Former cannot be solved if you would exceed. Okay, so form is your skills. Yeah, form is skills. Yep. Okay. These are the scalings, which are dependent on the stats. See, attack details, attack power, okay. Alright. Yeah, that's a lot. That's a lot to take in. Yep. It's the shield, the guard. Yep. These are your defense values. Degree of damage reduction when hit by an attack. Does this gets added, or when guarding? Okay. Oh, this is added to our defense over here, and this is when we actually guard. Okay. Perfectly blocking. Guards against enemy attacks, reduce damage, and exchange guarding consumes stamina. Perfectly blocking enemy attacks, reduce stamina consumption. Equipping it slightly increases base defense. Okay. Perfectly blocking attacks, reduce stamina consumption, huh? Yep. And this is the blood code. This is what makes Code Vein Code Vein. Yep. This was actually the good idea that they had. Yep. Revenant's power. Each one suits a different combat style. Blood codes each has 6 attributes. Yep. Also determine your burn tolerance, so it's important to select a blood code that fits your equip load. Defense, determined by your blood code. Okay. Maximize your proficiency. Talk to your partner to upgrade the. Yep. So you can level up the blood codes to. Okay. Because I think in the first one, your blood codes were already set. You just had to max out the skills to allow you to use them across blood codes. I guess this means blood codes can become improved. All right. I won't say no. Yep, and Superba, Bloodline, Lou 1. Yep. Alright. Traits, charge attacks, no burn effect. Charge drains attacks, inflicts slow buildup, guard stamina costs down, attack power briefly up after a drain attack. Okay. We only have the one, so we can't change it. Jail, this is our drain attack. Revenant Hunters improve synergy with their partners by storing Revenant hearts in their backs. You can equip different jails to increase specific stats and improve your drain effects. Each jail has specific trait and can be viewed in detail. Cool. And Gigantic Claw, Revenant Sting of Ogre's Arm, dash forward to short distance to drive the claw onto the target. Equipping this jail increases defense. Probably your melee, or one of your melee ones. Very similar to the claw drain from the first game. Yep. Basically what it is. Yep. It's improved by vitality and fortitude. Okay. And here are the items. This is our Estus right here. It's the regeneration. You have inventory, if you can select it. These are crafting materials. You can craft in the game. Yep, it's synthesizing is what it's called. Here's regeneration. You have restore HP, surplus healing, restores LP, can be enhanced for increased uses and recovery amounts. Our Estus flask. And a flashlight. Cool. Here's our crafting. Yep, appropriate recipes or ingredients you can materials that can be found throughout the world. Cool. Yeah, cooking, create food items, triggers beneficial effects. Effects continue until you touch a missile or die. Yep. So food effects last until we either get another one, rest, or die. Alright. Oh, not possible to eat another food. Never mind. You have to either rest or die to lift the effect. Okay. You can see we already have various. You can craft consumables, daggers, resistances. Yep. These are the food items. Some that can increase stamina, defense, vitality, attack power. So probably some pretty good ones down the line. Stats, yep. Stats affected by equipment, blah blah blah. Yep. Get a look at our character. Yep, the thing on our back is the jail, and that's the Revenant Heart. Photo mode, yep, alright. So the bar below us, the gold part is our health, blue part is the LP, or a link point, basically our extra health granted by our partner here. I guess the bottom left is the status? Yeah. If we hold R1 hit up, we absorb our partner, we get boosted values at the bottom. Yeah, it was like a boost attack power and greater defense? No, not defense, but... Does it say here? I don't think it says here. I wish it would tell me what those were. I know one of them is attack power. It's the middle one, but I don't know what the other one is. I think it's like stagger, increase our poise damage dealt, I think. But we can summon her back out anyway, so. Yeah, the game, Code Vein, is basically you and an AI partner. It's basically built on that, so we're going to have a partner out all the time. So, that's just how I play. Alright. I think I rambled on long enough going through all that stuff. Alright, let's go. Now we have one basic sword with one basic ability. Yeah. But
hey, it's the Revenant Hunter. Boy, am I glad to see you pulled through. They said you've been hurt bad, so I was real worried. I'd have felt terrible if something happened to you after you saved my life.
This is Magmell. They claim to be preserving the welfare of the people, but I'm not so sure. I mean, have a look around. The place is crawling with revenants. Seems fishy, if you ask me.
Yeah, it does seem fishy, huh? But yeah, in Code Vein 1, there's like only like one, maybe like a handful of. Well, I know of one for sure. Maybe like 2 or 3 other humans that you actually encountered. You already have a few of them here. Although this is probably Revenant.
Excuse me, but thank you for saving us. You look like you're better. Oh, that makes me so happy.
Phew. I'm glad to see you're okay. We really appreciate you saving us. I was worried that I'd never be able to thank you.
Alright, I might have to lower the dialogue. It seems a little loud here and there.
You're a Revenant Hunter, aren't you? A hunter capable of inflicting mortal wounds on a being that's nigh immortal? I heard that long ago Revenants and Hunters were at odds with each other.
But after the resurgence caused the collapse of civilization, they got over their differences and joined forces for the good of the people.
I've heard that hunters can harness the power of a revenant's blood. They're called blood codes, if I recall. Each revenant has a different ability, too. I can't imagine mastering so many.
Revenant society as it is now is propped up by something called Forme. Powers unique to the Revenants. These Forme grant a range of unique abilities. It looks like hunters such as yourself are able to use them as weapons, too. They say using Forme takes a kind of blood called ichor. But what do you do if you run out during a fight? Huh? You can absorb ichor from wounded enemies? Oh, just the thought makes me lightheaded.
Yeah, so you can replenish ichor. I'll probably call it ichor every now and then, but yeah, replenish ichor from beating up enemies and draining attacks. Let me go ahead and reduce some of these. Let's do this. Our weapon goes away. Okay. Hopefully I didn't lower the volume too much, but up we go. Alright, Madam... What was her name? The Madam from Resident Evil Village. What was her name? I can't remember. I think it starts with a D, but she reminds me of her.
Another world snuffed from existence. Luckily, the residents were all evacuated in time, thanks in no small part to your efforts. My name is Lavinia Rhoda. It is I who carries on the great Idris's mission and legacy. It is you, though, who must save the world of man.
Yeah, she a tall lady. I think she's like 8 foot at least. Yeah, so I'm guessing that's the Luna Rapaces? I think that's what it is. There's another one over there. I don't know if that's any different. I'm guessing the people who sealed them away are getting knocked off. Not sure what that is, but...
Another world snuffed from existence. Along with the memories of the people, the heroes, and the histories they weaved together.
Okay. It was there, and now it's that. Okay. Yeah, it's an open world game, man. Oh. Alright, madam?
100 years ago, a group of heroes saved the world from the resurgence. They absorbed its energy into their bodies, the seal consigning them to eternal slumber. But now, unable to bear that burden any longer, The flame of that seal threatens to burn out, which results in what you just witnessed. Explosions that will eradicate the world.
Eradicate the world, huh?
Yes. If all of the heroes are allowed to suffer such a fate, not a trace of this world will remain. There's only one way to prevent this tragedy, before they reach the point of no return. And so, we must break the seal and end them before it is too late. However, these seals are extremely powerful. Nothing capable of opening them is known to exist. Not in our time, at least. Our hope, the only hope, is Lou. The sole revenant with the ability to traverse time itself. With a power that incredible, subjugating the heroes becomes a possibility, at least. However, as of yet, her power has not fully matured. I ask now that you accompany her back to the past. Help her to perfect her ability and gain true command over the flow of time.
That was funny. I don't know about you, but just walking into the hug.
Time jump is successful. We're still where we were only moments ago. Magmell Island. Only now in the past. Thank goodness we made it. I was actually quite nervous, this being my first time jump and all. However, we must have missed our target coordinates. We seem to be in some cave or other on the island. Quickly, let's get outside and figure out where... I'm sorry. Maintaining the link... It requires more energy than I thought.
Who the hell are you?
Not now. Get away from here. In my current state, I'd only hold you back.
A revenant hunter? Not anybody I recognize. Did Magmell hire a guard?
What does it matter? Kill them now before they raise the alarm!
Oh!
I hate rats. Well, can't say I remember hiring you, but if you're game, lend me a hand. Oh, I like you already. I'll just hop on your back real quick. Don't make me regret it.
I feel great! Going all out!
You are definitely no ordinary fighter. Who are you? And how the hell did you wind up here?
Took a wrong turn. I took a left. Should have taken that left at Albuquerque.
Yeah, you sure did. You got guts, I'll give you that. Either way, I bet we haven't seen the last of these goons. A friend of mine is further inside, and if I don't find him, there's gonna be some serious trouble. You feel like tagging along? You seem a little lost, but don't worry. There's plenty of wayward folks wandering these parts. Look, you help me out, and I'll make sure you get taken care of. Sound like a deal? Great, then a deal it is. The name's Noah. We should find my friend at the innermost chamber. Come on.
Partners, yep. One of companions traveling with you is referred to as your partner. You can freely change how your partner participates in battle. Summon partners physically fights alongside you, which probably I'll stick with. And simulate with Parliament's power to enhance the player, if you just want to go by yourself, but I'll stick with summons. I think it's how the game is meant to be played, but provide benefit effects, complete traits, which provide advantages in battle. What those effects are vary depending on the partner. Linked effects are only active when your bond with the Revenant is strong. If LP is lost as a result of taking damage, you will also lose link traits. Okay. Like, probably have to change them out at the Mistletoe, or Mistil, however you want to pronounce it. And the blue gauge connected to your HP is called LP. The mortality borrowed from your Revenant partner. The damage you take will reduce the LP and save your HP. LP can be recovered by using regeneration. It's just basically your health bar. It's just part of your health bar. It's just that part's tied to your, I'll say, bonus you get from your partner. Acquired a blood code. Noah 1. Noah G. Magmell.
Find something?
Oh. Yep, there you go. R1 up again. Simulate or to summon. We'll just keep them out. Time travel coordinates. A lot of stuff in the database. Yep. Here's your overall objectives: to vanquish the heroes, master of time, cave. All right. Jeez, calls out. Our presence in areas where they shouldn't exist causes contradictions to emerge. While these would normally be adjusted for and eliminated by the world itself, Lou fights against these adjustments to anchor and anchors us in the world. Tracking time, the arrival and departure points will be located in roughly the same geographical position. However, at some point in history, the terrain has changed, or pathos guiding the player is unstable. These may be a disparity in location. Okay. So I guess as we play, we may not be able to travel at specific spots. And they might change depending on outcomes, I guess. Yeah. You can wheel, its path. Pathos to travel, time, visit the past. Yeah. Forma Institute, trusted aid to Valentin and defender of Magmell. The foundations of the seal on Resurgence, which appeared across the frontier after the Upheaval. Revenants hailed as heroes remain inside a cocoon today, maintaining the seal. The life force of these heroes slowly drains away. Once they reach their breaking point, the cocoon explodes, wiping out everything in the vicinity. Or to prevent this, cocoons must be unlocked, the heroes awakened, and their lives taken. Why? I mean, if we open them up and they awaken the heroes, wouldn't that, break the seal on the Resurgence or whatever? Is that not what we want? I don't know. Lavina Voda tasks us with saving the world from annihilation. I'm just going to call her Madam. Yeah. Activate Forma. Manifestations of Revenant's power. Suits a different combat style. Attributes. Yep. And these values also used to determine your burden. It's also important to select because of Yeah, and jails. Yeah, improve coordination. Okay. Guardian's Heart. A versatile piece of equipment stored in Revenant Hunter jails. These crystallized Revenant Hearts allow for the use of a fixed amount of ichor, but their performance pales in comparison to a living Revenant Heart. Yep. Revenant Hunter. Hunters chasing technology, capable of wounding the flesh of immortal Revenant Hunters. They long fought Revenants throughout the shadows for history. At the Resurgence, and the resulting fall of civilizations, they began cooperating with their former foes in order to defend mankind. They have developed to work with Revenants in order to save lives on the battlefield. Yeah. Forma was hit by raiders and destroyed. The staff decumulated Forma, and all the research was lost. Yeah, okay. Don't care about any of this. Cool. Alright. Oh yeah, we also picked up a dagger, so we're going to throw that here. Yeah, so item shortcuts, we know. Put items here, we use the buttons to switch and activate. Yes, you can just walk into barrels and break them, though I haven't found anything inside barrels yet. Yep. Path you've taken thus far can be shown in the trail of light in the air. Where you've been. Yep. R1 and R3 to show the path. Shows up in orange, old ones show up in blue. Mm-hmm. Yep.
I'm getting fired up! I feel light as a feather.
Okay. I guess we had to kill him in order to progress. Oh. Did he drop something, or... I think it might be above us. There it goes, okay. Missiles, resting missile recovers HP, LP, ichor, regeneration, and also respawns enemies. Okay. Our bonfire.
I can make us some food if you want to rest.
Good. Okay. If I'm right, I believe we should be able to talk here at our leisure. This is a space where our minds and the pieces of our hearts intertwine. Perhaps we could call it something fitting like the confluence. Think of it as a private realm, one that only you and I can access. It would appear that, while we are in the past, there are only certain conditions under which we can meet and speak. First, I hope you'll forgive me for being such little help. Even if it's a courtesy, thank you very much for saying so. You are truly kind. Now let's go over the current situation. As Lady Lavinia explained, I have been blessed with a rare power, the ability to travel back in time. However, this power remains incomplete. As it stands, I can't actually take us back to the present yet. Fortunately, the Magmell of this era still houses a vast array of formae. Among them, there is one that can augment my ability. I have already located it. Should you manage to obtain this forma, I should be able to traverse the past and present at will. With that power firmly in hand, together, we can work towards preventing our world's demise. First things first, you will have to gain Noah's trust. Once we do that, we'll be able to roam Magmell Island much more freely. Unfortunately, there is a catch, and it is not pleasant. History says that raiders razed this island to the ground. If, as I fear, the bandits in the cave were in fact the raiders, then we have no time to lose. We need to put a stop to those raiders and rescue Noah's friend as soon as we possibly can.
Alright. And I just noticed in that cutscene was that Lou's feet are see-through, which means her legs are fake. Yeah, I don't think she has any legs, or they either cut off or they didn't form.
Fine by me.
Yep. So I just noticed that. Level up, but we don't have enough haze. Customize weapon. Change forma. Basically, just change out the skills on the weapons. Yep. Although right now all we have are the default skills to the weapon, so. Yep. Fall into combat, magic, support. Yep. Power of combat magic form increases or decreases depending on your attributes. Yep. Combat dependent on same attribute as modifier of the weapon. On mine, willpower attribute to the weapon that has these modifiers. Okay. So we need to keep in mind what our weapons attribute modifiers or scaling bonuses are. Okay. Yep. Right now all we have is Phantom Slash, which I believe is the default for this weapon. Yep. You see in the top center there. Yeah, default forma equipped. Okay. VK Longsword. We could duplicate if we had stuff. We can enhance our Estus. We could talk to Lou back in the Confluence. You can speak with Lou and look back on memories. Use mirror to return. Okay. It's a nice little room.
Something the matter? Let's start by helping Noah's friend. We can explore the island on the way.
Alright. I believe this is just the archives and reviewing the memories you've collected on your travels. I believe it's just the cutscenes, yeah. Yeah, I think you could rewatch the cutscenes there. Alright. Should probably go back there every now and then. Alright. Remote Island, Edge, Frontier, scatter the ancient remnant buildings. Many of which is cited cover. Cedric Lou Magmell Foreman Institute oversaw the evacuation and management of these ruins. A special mental construct allowing us to... While in the past, Lou remains in the space, working to maintain a causality link. Its bookshelves are lined with collected memories of their journey, allowing for re-examination of past events at any time. All right. Alright. The bridge is out, so we gotta go this way. Damage felt by your partner. Shows us white. This white portion heals over time, but it could be reduced by attacking the enemy yourself. Okay. Okay, so it basically, although they can do damage, they can't kill the enemy outright. I think we have to do the final blow. Yeah. Okay. So you can't just sit back and let your partner do the fight for you, I guess. Okay. That's not bad. I mean, that's okay.
I feel great! Going all out!
Bloodthirst. Some enemies become bloodthirsty when their health falls below a certain threshold. Enemies increase attack power and will focus on attacking the player. The white portion HP heals completely. Okay. Alright, watch out on our stamina. Okay, so basically, I think when she roared, she went into that bloodthirsty state, and she healed up all the white portion. Okay. So when enemies come in rage, they get more power, and they heal their white damage. Okay. Okay.
Can't believe I let raiders invade the island. Talk about embarrassing. I know this isn't your fight, but I'll return the favor. Let's do this.
Oh, yeah. Super long, super tall neck. Yeah, that's it's one of the things I notice about these characters. They have stupid long necklines. Guarding. I want to guard. Okay.
I'm getting fired up! Let me show you!
Okay, no, okay, so you can't kill them outright. Alright. Wasn't sure about that. Alright. Apparition hearts. Cool. Here's the quick item menu. Hold R1, hit right to open up the quick item. Yep. Oh, nothing behind the thing. Oh well. Oh, I forgot. It's R1 to interact, yeah.
What a lucky find.
Ancient Hunters Twin Blades. Yep. Dual wielding. Not quite as strong. More of a dex build. Yep. I also picked up another blood code. I forgot about that. Yep. No blood. Yep. More of a dex heavy. So this is probably better for the twin blades, but okay, so if that number goes above our value there, then we're overburdened. Okay. Boost attack, stagger, back attack, stagger, power up. Okay. I mean, we could try it, but I'll stick with Lou's. Lou seems to be a lot more defensive. It has more defense values there. Alright, we'll stick with Lou for now.
We're almost there. My friend should be at the inner chamber just ahead. He may be a royal pain in the ass, but there's no friend like him. I can't just leave him hanging.
I feel great! I feel like...
Ah. Alright. Oh well, but there we go. Chemical light, I think that's our like little pebble thing that we mark our path with. Yeah. I'm pretty sure that's death down there. Yeah, the chemical lights are these. Yeah.
It sure is dark. Human eyes won't cut it in here. You got a light?
Well, yes, I do. I thought that was a picture. Huh. Tender Crimson Stone. If I remember right, that's our tier for weapon enhancement. Yep. That's a callus that strengthens the bond between revenant blood and physical matter. Yep. Our Titanite shards.
Astonishing. Of all the formae our ancestors accumulated, who'd have thought one of this caliber still lay dormant? Now. Just who might you be?
The hell? Valentin!
Noah, do you know who these people are? I don't recall arranging to meet anyone here.
I swear, give me a second.
What? Who the hell are these two?
That was a raider ambush, wasn't it?
Oh is what you've got to say? You nearly got yourself killed!
Noah must have asked you to join him. Thank you. It seems you were quite the help to him. My name is Valentin Voda. I'm in charge of Formae research efforts here on Magmell Island. So, you're a solo hunter, are you? Tell me, do you have a place to stay in Magmell yet?
I don't.
I see. In that case, how would you like to help us here? Our former research can always use a hand. If Noah saw fit to offer you his heart so quickly, that says all I need to know. I hope we get along.
Why don't we save the introductions for later and get back, okay? There could be more bandits lurking around.
I'm afraid I'll need to stay just a little longer, Noah. You see, I've just made a substantial discovery.
Did you hear nothing I just said?
There. It surely won't be long. Actually, I'm rather more concerned for the inhabitants of the island. I want you to return to Magmell without me. Don't fret, I won't be far behind.
Fine, have it your way then. Let's go. We need to warn everybody back at Magmell.
I want you to return to Magmell without me. Don't fret, I won't be far behind.
Right. The Magmell Institute 100 years ago. Cool. I like to think he's a good guy, but part of me is like, can't trust anybody yet. Nope.
Reckless idiot. Doesn't appreciate how much harder he makes my job, pulling crap like that. But we did manage to avoid the worst with your help. Let's get our asses back to Magmell and alert everyone about those bandits. Let's go.
I'm waiting for the door. Yep. Map jammers. Yep. Defeating the map jammers found in each area will reveal surrounding terrain. It can be found within building. Blinking circles on the map, but map jammers that dwell in dungeons need to be located to get going there yourself. Yep. There we go. And it just reveals the map on the top right. Yep. And that was like a person thing? I don't know. It had a body in there. Don't pay attention. Yep. Windfall stimulant. Temporarily increases item pickup rate. Okay, so increases drop chance. Cool.
Something wrong?
No. Just checking out the inventory. Don't rush me.
On to the next one.
I know. It's a open world adventure. Gotta collect all the stuff.
How about a quick rest?
I'm getting there. Chill out. Yeah, I can level up, upgrade weapons. Ooh, we can upgrade weapons here. Getting crit boosters that augment our abilities. Don't need that. We gotta check on her every now and then, especially in the early part, because that might happen.
Something the matter? Valentin Voda. I've heard that name before. Like Lady Lavinia, he is a revenant of Voda House, a genius well-versed in every field.
He's a polymath, yeah. A prisoner who's exceptional in a lot of different fields of studies, a polymath. Bats. Launches a fang-tipped arrow with bat wings. A swarm of bats descend and continuously drain blood from the enemy stuck on the arrow. The bats disappear after a set amount drained. Distance between the target and the user is great. Drain rate decreases. If it becomes too great, the bat vanishes immediately. Equipping this jail slightly increases defense. Ah, so it's a jail. Okay. It's a little... one of these. Okay. I mean, it makes us quick, but... It also makes our dodging better, but I don't know. Yeah. We'll keep it. I mean, what I've used of it, it is a ranged one, but I prefer the Ogre because Ogre is more of a melee combat. Yep, here we use our skills. Yep, hitting enemies with drain attacks and restores Ichor. Enemies injured by attacks will suffer from bleed buildup. The greater the buildup, the more Ichor is restored. That bleed buildup will reset after a successful drain. Okay. So we can restore Ichor in the field.
Going all out. Let's get fired up.
Ow.
Ants?
You're not dead. Ah, try to dodge after that, but
I feel great.
alright. That could have been better, but oh well. Staggering, special drain. Hitting enemy with excessive attacks may put them in a staggered state. Leave them vulnerable. Could perform a powerful drain. Yep. The red outline will show special drain attack as possible. Yep. Okay.
I didn't know.
Alright. That might get annoying really quickly, but I'm gonna have to turn that off. Let's see. Their parent skin? Yeah. Ooh, hello. I just noticed you for the first time. You're not gonna be fun to fight. Oh, what's that? Sap of life. Okay.
What are you doing?
I know. Just checking out the beaten path, alright?
I feel great! I feel light as a feather.
Bam. And... Bam.
I'm getting fired up!
Yeah, I probably have to turn that cinematic effect off. It's probably gonna get old really fast. Anti-stone. Oh, I need stamina and bad. Yeah, I need more stamina ASAP. Alright.
Going all out! I'm getting fired up!
Okay. I mean, it is a beautiful game. I will give it that. It looks really good.
The nectar found in this tree can speed up your recovery. Take it.
Golden nectar, enhancing regeneration. Yep. Golden blood beads and golden nectars are used to enhance regeneration. Blood bead increases health regained, and nectar increases uses. Okay.
Magmell is the building furthest through this gate. Once we get there, we'll take the elevator down to the sub-levels.
Okay. I mean, what I've played so far is that getting to that next little zone, the basement. That's as far as I've gotten, but... we'll enhance the regeneration. Now we heal 4 times. Cool.
Find something?
I don't think I can upgrade weapons here, to be honest. Duplicate. I can level up, but I want to hold on to my haze and see what we can get in the base, if there's any merchants in there. You're probably going to be in different spots all the time, huh?
Something the matter? It's a good thing we met Noah. I think he's worthy of our trust.
Sure.
While I do still have my concerns, we should go with him for now.
Okay. Alright. So we're 100 years ago, so that means the heroes are not sacrificed? I don't know. Well...
I feel great! I feel light as a feather. I could do this all day! Let's focus.
Thank you. Link reestablished. Cool. So I guess if once we lose the blue bar on our health, the little square at the bottom, the right one with the blue outline, I think we lose that, which is the trait bonus, whatever it is. What is our trait bonus with him? Does it say? His partner Noah. It might be the ones on the bottom there. I'm not too sure. Which is a way for me to find out. Gotta collect the crafting material.
That's the way to the storage tower. Magmell is below the hill.
Oh, okay. Never mind. Never mind. It's this over here. I went past it. I think I went past it. Oh, I didn't go far enough. Okay. Here we go. Magmell. This would be our base of operations for the island, huh?
Here we are. The Magmell Forma Institute, our base of operations.
That concludes my briefing. Noah and our new hunter here will be standing guard, but I want everyone else to remain duly vigilant.
Wait, how in the world did Valentin beat us back? Looks like Valentin told everyone about you. Why don't you go take a look around the facility? You should introduce yourself, even though it's just standing around. I'm sure they'll end up helping you out in one way or another. After you've more or less seen the place, we'll go talk to Valentin.
So I guess in the past, the giant machine's right there where the desks are. Okay. This is as far as I've gotten. Yep. I've activated Mistletoe, that's it. Anything beyond this point is... who knows? Who knows? We'll talk to Lou before we close out here. Yep.
Something the matter? I'm glad that everyone is all right. Let's continue on to Magmell with Noah. I have a feeling our path will become clear.
All right. You know what? I'm just going to call an episode right here. Yep. It's as far as I've played so far. I mean, everything beyond this point is, I don't know, blind to me. Yep. So, begin our adventure as a Code Vein. Yep. Since it is an open world game, it's probably going to take me a while to beat it. Because knowing me, I'm going to do as many of the side stuff as I can. All the side quests, all the side optional stuff. Yep. That's just how I am. But... Code Vein 2. Yep. So far, so good. Beautiful looking game. I have noticed some, I wouldn't say stuttering, but it did seem to slow down here and there. But it might have to do with, objects rendering in the background and all that stuff. But yeah. And my only criticism, personally, anyway, it's a personal choice, is the character designs. Their necks are so long. I mean, they don't need to be that long. It just reminds me of One Piece, and I know it's animated Dark Souls, but that's a lot of anime there. But anyway, yeah, that's my only criticism so far. And that's just personal. So don't take it seriously. Just either ignore it or not. All right. I wish there was a way to emote, but I don't think there is. Nope, I don't think there is. But, alright. Anyway. Next episode, we're just probably checking out the base. We'll see where we go from there. Yeah, but again, that's it for today. And I thank you all for watching. And I'll see you all next time.